Verse 19. And there came thither certain Jews from Antioch and Iconium, who persuaded the people, and having stoned Paul, drew him out of the city, thinking or supposing he was dead or had been dead. Howbeit, as the disciples stood round about him, he rose up, came into the city, and the next day he departed with Barnabas to Derbe. People, they thought they'd killed him. They took him outside of the city. What do you think those disciples did that stood around? You bet your life, boy. They spoke in tongues, they prayed, they believed God. They went out there believing. And God raised him up. And the next day, instead of going to Europe on a holiday, or to Florida or California, you know where he went? Right back moving God's Word. Boy, that's the man of God. Thrice was I beaten with rods, once was I stoned. 3 times I suffered shipwreck. One whole night and a day he was floating in the Mediterranean. I've been in the deep. That's the Mediterranean. Now, people, who is it that stones people? People. Who is it that whips people? People. Right. Yet behind those people has to be a power. You know why? Because the natural man is just a wonderful Joe. He's a fine guy. Wonderful. Because he wants to live, he lets live. But when people start doing this, of which I'm reading you the record, there's got to be more than just a natural man involved. Ephesians 6, chapter 6 and verse 12 tells you what's behind a lot of this. All of it, as a matter of fact. We wrestle not against what? But against principalities, against powers, against the rulers or the holders of this darkness in the world, against spiritual wickedness. Text reads, against wicked spirits from on high. You see, this is not a wrestling anymore against flesh and blood. It looks like Herman and John and Mary and Joe, but it's only Herman in name, only Herman in body. What is in that body driving that man or that woman to do that which is contrary so completely to life and living? It is wicked devil spirits that get into men's minds, control them, drive them to do things that they ordinarily would not do if those spirits were not present. That's why he suffered shipwreck. That's why he was in a night and day in the deep. Verse 26. In journeyings often, in perils of water, in perils of robbers, in perils by my own countrymen, in perils by the heathen, in perils in the city, in perils in the wilderness, in perils in the sea, in perils among false brethren, in weariness, verse 27, and painfulness, in watchings often, in hunger and thirst, in fastings often, in cold and nakedness. Besides those things that are without, that which cometh upon me daily, the care of all the churches. Ladies and gentlemen, you talk about the hope perfected. Look at the greatness of this record, how that man stood, how he, just having done all, stood. No matter what the adversary did, no matter what he had to go through, he did not complain. He just stood and continued holding forth the same truth that got him into trouble.